Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bronx Knights Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. What do I mean by 8 games left? So this is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. It's my intention to play every inning of every game of a 162-game schedule. And there are 8 games left. We're in game number 155. We've played 154 games, 8 games left. So why is it important to play these final 8 games? Well, 2 reasons. One, as you can see on the screen, the Bronx Knights have taken the place of the Houston Astros in the American League West. And they're winning, well, they've won the division with 102 wins and 52 losses. So they have 102 wins. Now, it's important because in order to make a drive for the playoffs in the World Series, it's advantageous to have the best record in the American League. Right now, they're tied in wins with the first place team in the American League West. The Tampa Bay Rays also have 102 wins. So it's important for the Bronx Knights to get as many wins as possible heading into the playoffs. Number 2 is the second baseman of the Bronx Knights is named Chris Ramos. And with 155 games played, he has 63 home runs. And it's just fun to see how many home runs he can get before the season's over. So let's jump into the schedule. As you can see, we're in the middle of a 3-game series at the Philadelphia Phillies. The Bronx Knights have won the first game 8-3, so this is the second game in the 3-game setup. So let's start this game going. Play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the away team at Citizens Bank Ballpark. Broadcast looks good. Actually, no, let's bring that back for a second. Citizen Bank's Ballpark. I don't like the MLB network. I want to switch it to the show theme. It just makes me happier. It's just a layout. Zach Eflin is making a spot start, trying to reorganize the rotation with the playoffs coming so that I got the starters lined up properly. So far, so good. Let's do it. So, Bronx Knights Baseball, welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, again, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. 8 games left, and then the playoffs begin. The real season starts. I'm excited. Oh, here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for a Major League matchup as the Bronx Knights visit Citizens Bank Ballpark to take on the Philadelphia Phillies. On the mound for the Phillies is Spencer Turnbull, making his 31st start of the season. His record is 10-5 with a 4.94 earned run average. And leading off for the Bronx Knights is Max Luklich. He's hitting .313, 4 homers, 42 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Turnbull. First pitch of the game, outside ball 1. So the Phillies currently possess one of the wild card spots in the National League. They're fighting for that NL East division. They're 4.5 games back. So the count is 1 ball and no strikes on Luklich. Pitch is high. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Max also has 38 stolen bases on the season to lead the ball club. Pitch is in there. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. 63 degrees here in Philadelphia. Clear skies. Beautiful night for baseball. 2 balls, 1 strike. And he's late on the fastball, slicing out of play. Count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Max. At the knees. Caught him looking. There's 1 away here in the top of the first. My goodness. Let's look at the replay. Let's see if it's a strike. I mean, with 2 strikes, I could argue that it's low, but with 2 strikes, you got to put the bat on the ball just to be on the safe side. So next up is Don Mattingly, the first baseman, hitting .340, 23 homers, 104 runs batted in. He takes first pitch for strike number 1. He carries an 8-game hitting streak into this contest. And he skies it to right center field. The right fielder is there, makes the catch, and there are 2 away. Starting lineup for the Bronx Knights. Max Luklich is in center. Don Mattingly is at first. Chris Ramos at second. Michael O'Rourke in left. Jacob Salazar is the shortstop. Benny LoCicero is in right. Matt Zapps is your DH. Matt Termini is at third. And batting ninth is Anthony Millo playing catcher. Chris Ramos, 368, 63 homers, and 165 RBIs. Obviously the front runner in the American League for the Most Valuable Player Award. So home run watch. 63 homers with 8 games left. How far high up can he go on the home run, single season home run chart? Not in this at-bat. Lazy fly ball to Ricky Henderson in left. He makes the catch to retire the side. So after half an inning of baseball, it's the Bronx Knights nothing. The Phillies coming to bat. So we go to the bottom of the first. On the mound for the Knights, a spot start. He's normally a bullpen guy. His name is Zach Eflin. 1-0 with a 4.78 earned run average. With 8 games left, it's more important to realign the starting rotation so that the ace of the staff is pitching the first game of the playoffs. That's why Zach has been thrown into the rotation. He will face Ricky Henderson, Hall of Famer. 323, 32 homers, 104 runs batted in on the season. First pitch of the game from Eflin. High strike, 96 on the radar gun. Bronx Knights are 102 and 52. And that's Anthony Millo behind the plate. They are in first place, 50 games over 500. Outside corner, big strike zone. According to the home plate umpire, the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. It'd be a quick game if the strike zone's that big. Just misses, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ricky Henderson. And that's a deep drive to left. Back goes O'Rourke to the track, the wall. Reaching, makes a catch. Knight with his hand on the wall, he makes the catch. Starting lineup. Ricky Henderson just flew out. He's in left. Pee Wee Reese is the shortstop. Jim Edmonds is center field. Pete Alonso at first. Ryan Sandberg is the second baseman. Ramon Laureano is the DH. Matt Williams is at third. Dale Murphy is in right. Batting ninth is Tom Murphy behind home plate. So with 1 away, up steps Pee Wee Reese, the shortstop. And he slaps a lazy fly ball to right center field, but Lukulich is there, makes the catch 2 away. Jim Edmonds, leading the National League in home runs with 48 homers, steps up here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. In this fictional universe, Jim Edmonds has over 600 home runs in his career. Jim Edmonds played for the California Angels. They used to call the Anaheim Angels the California Angels. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Jim. Swing and a miss at a pitch way inside. Count is 1-2. Talk about chasing a pitch. Slaps it foul up the first base line. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning here at Citizens Bank Ballpark. This is the second game of a 3-game series between these 2 ball clubs. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Eflin. So after 1 inning of play, there's no score here in Philadelphia. Top of the second, the cleanup hitter, left fielder Michael O'Rourke's hitting .338, 35 homers, 113 runs batted in. He'll lead it off here in the second inning for the Knights. Pitch is outside, ball 1. That's a deep drive. Whoa, it's over the head of the first baseman. It's a leadoff single for Michael O'Rourke. And they've got the leadoff man on here in the top of the second inning. Check that. I thought it had some height to it. In actuality, it was a low line drive just over the head of the first baseman. So next up is the shortstop, Jacob Salazar. Switch hitter batting from the left side. He's hitting .323. Pitches, finds the outside corner, strike 1. 16 homers, 96 runs batted in. Needs 4 RBIs for the century mark on the season. O'Rourke leads off first. Breaking ball in there, strike two, count is quickly. No balls and 2 strikes on Salazar. You got to keep an eye on Michael O'Rourke at first base because he has 27 steals. He's a little bit of a speedster. Check the swing, or did he? Yes, he did, according to the third base umpires. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's not super fast over there at first, but he's sneaky fast. Gets a lot of steals. Ground ball up the middle. Reese steps on second, throws to first in time. Just like that, the bases are cleared and there are 2 away. 6 unassisted, 3 double play. Out at second, throws to first. So with 2 away, up steps the right fielder, Benny LoCicero. A shade under 300, he has 33 homers and 122 RBIs here in late September on the eve of the playoffs. And that's a hard ground ball to the second baseman, throws to first, and the side is retired. So after an inning and a half here at Citizens Bank, still no score. So we'll go to the bottom of the second. Up steps Pete Alonso, the first baseman, hitting .268, 39 homers, 121 runs batted in. Eflin sets and delivers. Outside corner, strike 1. As you can see, the shift is on for the pull hitter. 3 infielders on the left side of the infield with only Mattingly on the right side. So they're expecting him to pull. And pull he did, but he beat the shift and hit it to left. That's a leadoff single for Pete Alonso. And the Phillies have the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the second inning. Let's watch the replay. So next up is Ryne Sandberg, Hall of Fame second baseman, hitting .308, 35 homers, and even 100 runs batted in. And I believe, what's that, the Philly Fanatic? Is that what the mascot is called? Outside corner, strike 195 on the radar gun. Ryne Sandberg, in reality, was a member of the Chicago Cubs in the 1980s. Fouled it off, counts quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Hard ground ball to third. Over to second for 1. Back to first. It's around the horn double play. And just like that, there are 2 outs. Matt Termini at third started it. Tossed it to Ramos at second. Made its way over to Mattingly at first. And up steps Ramon Laureano with the bases empty. He's hitting .252. 21 homers, 90 runs batted in. He is the designated hitter. So, first pitch from Eflin at the knees, strike 1. So far, so good for Eflin, since he's a guy who usually pitches only 2 or 3 innings max. Outside count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. I think the Knights would be lucky to get 5 innings out of him. I mean, we're going to try to push him as far as we can. Hard ground ball, backhanded by Ramos, spins, throws, in time, side is retired. So after 2 innings of baseball, still no score. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Subscribe. Thank you for joining me. So, we go to the top of the third. The designated hitter, Matthew Saps, is hitting .313, 32 homers, 106 RBIs. Pitches at the knees, strike 1. Also, just for accountability's sake, I've played this entire season on all-star difficulty for pitching and hitting. And options, gameplay, hitting difficulty at the top, you can see on the right, it says all-star. Pitching difficulty says all-star. Now, obviously there are higher difficulty settings than just all-star, but that's what I've played for the entire season. And in the event that Chris Ramos hits like 6 home runs today, it's not like I put it down to rookie. So anyway, Matt Saps is up. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lazy ground ball to Reese. Fields, fires, and there's 1 away here in the third. Every so often I like to show that on the stream, so as if I were to hit 73 homers to tie Barry Bonds for the home run lead in the last 8 games, there's always going to be some joker that's going to say, oh, you must have put down a rookie. Well, anyway, one away here in the top of the third. Matt Termini is the third baseman, steps up, hitting .316 on the season. Ground balls, dive, caught, thrown. What a play by the third baseman. Wow, show that replay. Matt Williams. League leaders in fielding percentage. The Phillies are in second place in the National League, actually tied for first. Matt Williams in real life played third base for the San Francisco Giants, and he flashed the leather there. So 2 away here in the top of the third. Anthony Millo steps up. He has 14 homers and 64 RBIs from the number 9 hole. And he swings at the first pitch. Williams throws to first in time. Side retired. So 2.5 here at Citizens Bank, and still no score. So we go to the bottom of the third. Matt Williams, the third baseman, the defensive guru from the previous half inning. 265, 20 homers, 79 runs batted in. Steps up here in the bottom of the third. Outside corner, strike 1. In yesterday's game, he had a home run, 1 for 4. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Williams. Lazy fly ball the other way. Running play for LoCicero in right. Near the line, he makes the catch, 1 away. So the American League West standings, as I said earlier, the Bronx Knights have taken the place of the Houston Astros in the American League West. And with 8 games left in the season, they're winning the division by 15.5 games. They've broken the 100-win barrier. So with 1 away here in the third, Dale Murphy, right fielder, batting .277, steps up to the plate. In there, strike 1, 96 on the radar gun. When I think of Dale Murphy, I think of the Atlanta Braves from the 1980s. Misses outside with slider, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pulls the fastball foul, count is 1 and 2. That's a lazy fly ball, but heading for the gap. Long run for Lukulich in center. He makes the catch, 2 away. Covered a lot of territory. A lot of real estate in center. Let's see the replay. Cuts to his left towards right center field. Makes the catch. Nice play by Max. So with 2 outs, up steps Tom Murphy, the catcher. 241, 4 homers, 11 RBIs. Part-time player for the Phillies. Checks his swing in the outside corner, strike 1. Tom is 5 for his last 11. That's a .455 clip, so he's been hot in his last handful of games when he's gotten the opportunity to play. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count is 0 and 2. Yanks it foul. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Tom Murphy. And he slices the curveball foul up the first base line. We will do it again. Swing and a miss, chases a slider, and the side is retired. So the experiment so far has worked. 3 shutout innings for Zach Eflin. And at the end of 3, still no score here in Philly. So we go to the top of the 4th. The lineup turns over for the Bronx Knights. Max Lukulich struck out in the first. Steps in there for a second plate appearance. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up to the third baseman. Williams makes the catch, 1 pitch, 1 away.
The first baseman, number 23.
Don Mattingly flied out in the first. He has 23 homers and 104 RBIs, if I'm not mistaken. Pitch is outside, ball one from Spencer Turnbull. Late on the sinking fastball, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a deep drive towards the gap, but racing over is the center fielder to make the catch, and there are 2 away. And with 2 outs, up steps the dangerous Chris Ramos, the man that some of the fans have come to see today. Flew out in the first, he's 0 for 1, but he is at 63 home runs on the season in this game number 155. Swings at the first pitch in the dirt, fouls it off, strike 1. The odds-on favorite for the American League's most valuable player. The question is, how high can he get? Down the first base line, Pete Alonso makes the catch, takes it himself. There are 2 away, so not this at bat. So at the end of 3 1/2, still no score. So we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Ricky Henderson steps up to the plate. He is 1 for 5 in this 3-game series so far. 0 for 1 today. At the knees, outside corner, strike 1. Misses outside with the slider. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. I would imagine that the maximum pitch count for Eflin would probably be like 75 pitches, but remains to be seen. Late on the fastball, count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ricky. Ricky Henderson started his career with the Oakland Athletics. Stole over 100 runs. I think he stole 130 runs in 1 season. Amazing speed. Late on the fastball, count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Then I think he went to the New York Yankees in the 1980s. Eventually won a championship, I know for a fact, with the Toronto Blue Jays in the 1990s. Lazy fly ball to center. Lukalic makes the catch, 1 away. So with 1 out, up steps the Dodger. I believe Brooklyn Dodger. Not sure. Pee Wee Reese is a player from the 1950s. He's 0 for 1 in this fictional universe. But I think it was the Brooklyn Dodgers. Pitches in the strike zone, strike 1. Let's see. Line drive to right. In comes Benny LoCicero for out number 2. Pitch speed comparison brought to you by Topps Playing Cards. Pretty much a tie, 97 to 96. Very much like the ball game itself, tied it 0-0. So 2 away, Jim Edmonds struck out in the first inning. He's hitting .308 with 48 homers and 121 RBIs. Low strike. Lazy fly ball slicing out of play. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Edmonds. Strike 3 called outside corner. And the side is retired, and Edmonds cannot believe the call. Regardless whether he believes it or not, it's the end of 4 here in Citizens Bank Ballpark. Still no score. Top of the 5th. Michael O'Rourke steps up. He has a hit in the ball game, 2nd plate appearance. Pitches low, ball 1. Is there money on this? Not yet, Mr. Fox. Not yet. But welcome to the stream. Thank you for watching. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Michael O'Rourke. This is game number 155 in a 162 game schedule. And while O'Rourke fouls off that fastball, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Inside, count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. But if I would put my money on the Bronx Knights if I were you. Full count, 3-2 to the leadoff man here in the top of the 5th. On deck is the shortstop, Jacob Salazar. Hard ground ball back through the box, up the middle. The leadoff man is on here in the top of the 5th for the Bronx Knights. And Michael O'Rourke is 2 for 2. However, Spencer Turnbull at 4 innings plus, 2 hits, no earned runs. He is pitching his proverbial ass off. So, in any event, the switch hitter Jacob Salazar, the shortstop, batting from the left side, he's 0 for 1 up there for his second plate appearance. And he's late on the fastball, strike 1. Sims here look all right, got 20-20 and never touch it. Let's see. Well, listen, to each their own, bottom line. I mean, I love me some baseball. Sims is a cool game too. Fastball's outside, count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Jacob. 193 hits, so 7 hits will get him to the 200 hit mark. He's got 96 RBIs, so he needs 4 hits. So 5 players on the Bronx Knights lineup have 100 RBIs or more.
Nope, outside.
And Jacob Salazar is trying to be number 6 out of the 9. Stuck, we got 4 more to go. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike. The right fielder, Benny LoCicero, is on deck. Michael O'Rourke leads off first. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. No score here at the ballpark. Finds the outside corner, so the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he walks him. So just like that, there are runners at first and second and nobody out here in the top of the 5th in a tied ball game. So the Bronx Knights are threatening. And up steps the right fielder, Benny LoCicero, who has on the season 121 RBIs. Same here, just never make the time. It's fun to make yourself full bonds. You do. Slow roller to the second baseman, flips the first. Basically, it is a swinging bunt for LoCicero. So we're going to have runners in scoring position at second and third with only 1 out here in the 5th as Matthew Saps, the DH, steps up to the plate. Mr. Tyrone, excuse me for a second, Tyrone and Alyssa Ruff. Nice to see you too. Intentional walk to Matt Saps to load the bases. The Phillies manager is playing with fire, putting another runner on base. So he's going for the double play, obviously. So bases are loaded with 1 away. So the double play is set up. A force at every base is set up for Matt Termini, who is 0 for 1. Now, Matt Termini is a good hitter. He's hitting over 300, but he only has 11 home runs on the season. So maybe that's part of the strategy. Shortstop, over to second, back to first. A 6-4-3 double play, and the manager of the Philadelphia Phillies was right all along. It's a double play to retire the side after 4.5 here in Citizens Bank Ballpark. Still no score because the Bronx Knights leave the bases loaded. Hello, hello. Mr. Fox, yes, a double play. I'm ashamed of myself. Heidi Watney, our sideline reporter, we apologize, Heidi. There seems to be something wrong with your microphone. We'll send a technician down there to fix it. Maybe there's a loose battery or something. In any event, the bottom of the 5th leads off with Pete Alonso, the first baseman. In real life, he plays for the New York Mets. Pitch from Zach Eflin, outside corner, generous call for strike 1. Ground ball to the only man on the right side of the infield. Throws over to the pitcher covering in time. Nice play by Mattingly and Eflin. So the shift was on. 3 infielders were on the left side of the infield, leaving only Mattingly over there to patrol the right side. But they got the out anyway. There's 1 away. So up next is Ryan Sandberg, the second baseman. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. He has 35 homers and 100 RBIs on the season. Zach deals. At the knees, strike 1. Ryan Sandberg was the August Player of the Month in the National League in this franchise season. For those of you that are unaware, swing and up the first base line, foul ball. I hope you get successful on YouTube. Well, thank you very much, Mr. and Mrs. Ruff. I really appreciate it, the kind words. I'm doing the best I can to keep it interesting. I don't just do baseball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and there's 2 away on Ryan Sandberg. That's Eflin's 4th strikeout. So for a reliever that's been asked to start in order to set up the rotation for the playoffs, Zach is doing a great job keeping the Philadelphia Phillies off the scoreboard here in the 5th inning. So with 2 away, up steps Ramon Laureano. He is 1 for 5 with a homer in this series so far, but he does not have a hit today. In there at the knees, strike 1. So Laureano has 20 homers and 90 runs batted in. Here comes the next pitch. Fouls off the slider, count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. So for those that don't know, the purpose of this creative franchise was to play every inning of every game of 162 game schedule. No skipped innings, no simulated games. This is game number 155, so we're almost to the playoffs. Every single game is on YouTube. So I'm enjoying myself, and for some reason, because they're all on YouTube, it means a little bit more to me for some reason, as opposed to if I was just doing it alone in my house. So that's the beauty of YouTube. Line drive up the middle. It is a base hit for Laureano, and it's a 2-out single here for the Phillies in the bottom of the 5th.
The batter, the 3rd baseman.
Just served it up.
Williams.
So up steps Matt Williams, power hitting 3rd baseman, 0 for 1. He flew out in the 3rd inning. He's going, strong throw from, oh, what a throw from Anthony Millo. He brought the gun. He brought the shotgun. Let's look at this replay. Boom. 1 hop, nice scoop nicely by Ramos. The end of 5, it's an official, well, it's not really an official ball game because there's still no score. So we'll go to the top of the 6th. Up steps the catcher, Anthony Millo, who just made that great defensive play in the previous half inning. Spencer deals, and he fouls it down the first base line, strike 1. So Anthony's got 3 home runs in his last 3 games. So I don't know where that power is suddenly coming from. Late on the fastball, flies to right, makes the catch, and there's 1 away here in the top of the 6th.
The batter, number 39.
So the leadoff man, Max Lukulich, is up 0 for 2. His 3rd at bat of the game. Just looking to get on base. Nice play by Pete Alonso, but not enough speed to get over there. Turnbull is late covering, and they're going to give him a base hit on it. So he was late making his way over there, and the blazing speed of Max Lukulich. Quick throw to first because they know that he's going to steal. He has 38 steals on the season. Don Mattingly's up, he's 0 for 2. And up next is Chris Ramos, going for history. He's going. Pitches inside. Throw down to second is not in time. It is stolen base number 39 on the season for Lukulich. And now there's a runner in scoring position for Don Mattingly. So Don Mattingly has a 1-0 count. He leads off second, Lukulich. And it's a lazy fly ball to center. The second baseman, Ryan Sandberg, makes a running catch in short center field, and there's 2 away. So, up steps Chris Ramos. 63 home runs, 165 RBIs. He is 0 for 2. More important than the home runs, we are in a tie ball game. No score here in Philadelphia. Pitches outside. And the first run of the ball game is sitting at second base. Chris Ramos is hitting .395 with runners in scoring position. Line drive. It is a diving catch. And the side is retired. What a play by Dale Murphy in right. My goodness. So we go 5.5. There's still no score. So, bottom of the 6th, Matt Williams, the third baseman, steps up. He's continuing his at-bat that got interrupted when Millo made the final out of the inning, throwing out his teammate at second. So, fouls off the pitch, strike 1. Zach's thrown only 52 pitches. Seems to be in control. Diving attempt by Ramos. It gets through to right. It's a leadoff single here in the top of the 6th. So, let's look at the replay. Next up is Dale Murphy, the right fielder. 0 for 1. Slider outside, ball 1. Deep drive to center field, but Lukulich is there. It's playable. First out. Strong throw back to second. Keeps the runner at first base. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting, catcher, Tom.
So, the catcher, Tom Murphy, struck out in the 3rd. He is 0 for 1. Runner leads off first inning. Runner leads off first. Backhanded by Salazar over to second for 1. Back to first. It is a double play. And the side is retired. Here in the 6th. 6 shutout innings for Zach Eflin. But this ball game is tied with no score. We go to the top of the 7th. Michael O'Rourke has 2 singles today. He's got the average up to 340 on the season. Spencer Turnbull is matching zeros for zeros. Pitches high, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
That's a deep drive. Back goes Murphy looking up. That's Gonzo. That's a solo home run for Michael O'Rourke, home run number 36 on the season. And now the Bronx Knights here in the top of the 7th inning have a 1-0 lead. And the crowd silent as the tie is broken. Boom. Home run number 36 on the season. So next up is Jacob Salazar. Jacob is, I believe, 0 for 2. 2 right-handers warming, 0 for 1 with a walk. Pop up to Pee Wee Reese at short, makes the catch, 1 away. So 2 right-handers warming in the bullpen for the Phillies.
Number 38.
Benny LoCicero is grounded out twice. He's 0 for 2. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. 1-0 lead for the Knights. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. Kelly Jansen and Tommy Canely are getting warm in the Phillies bullpen. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. And that's a hard line drive. It is back. It is Gonzo. That's a home run for Benny LoCicero. Home run number 34 on the season, and back-to-back home run. No, check that. Not back-to-back home runs, but the second homer of this inning. And it's suddenly a 2-0 lead for the Knights. Oh, yeah. Boom. Line drive homer to right. Home run number 34, RBI number 123. The manager of the Phillies has seen enough. He makes the call, asks for the right-hander. Kenley Jansen comes in to relieve. His 91st appearance out of the bullpen. He's 8-7 with a 4.82 earned run average. Up next is Matt Saps. Natural second baseman, but he plays DH and moves around the infield a lot. Pitches in there, cut fastball, strike 1. Walked in the 5th inning, but officially he is 0 for 1. And that's a line drive towards the right center field gap. And it will roll all the way to the wall. Big turn at first, he's heading to second. It'll be a 1-out double for Matthew Saps. And they have a runner in scoring position now. That's Saps' 32nd double of the season, and he now stretches the hitting streak to 8 games. Let's watch the replay. So runner in scoring position for the Knights. Trying to keep pace with the Tampa Bay Rays with the best record in the American League for the playoffs. Matt Termini, the third baseman, fouls off the cut fastball. He is 0 for 2 today. Saps leads off second. Out in front of the slider, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Termini. Termini's hitting .329 with runners in scoring position. In the dirt, no advance on the base paths. And Mr. Outlander, what up at work on lunch? Just in time. Well, unfortunately it is it's the top of the 7th. It was a 0-0 game until this half inning. Pitch is high, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Matt Termini, the third baseman. Matt Saps is on second, representing run number 3 should he cross the plate. 2-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. Swing and a miss. And that's the second out of the inning as Termini strikes out swinging. Kenley Jansen out of the bullpen gets his first strikeout. So back 2 home runs, 2 solo home runs in this half inning. The first by Michael O'Rourke, number 36, and the second by Benny LoCicero, number 34, has given the Knights that 2-run lead. Anthony Miller, the catcher, is 0 for 2 up at the plate. Sliders outside, ball 1. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Anthony is going to have to get a single to get that 3rd run across. He's at second base with a big lead. Oh, it's a ground ball through the right side and through. Big turn at first, heading there. Cut off by he's out at the plate. Saps tried to stretch it and got gunned out at the plate on a really good relay from right field. So, get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the 7th inning stretch as the Bronx Knights plate 2 runs and lead 2-0. Time to, as it is the bottom of the 7th, it's time to go to the bullpen, manager's office and the bullpen. And we are going to get, let's see, we're going to get, so you want to post this in the live now section on Discord. So I have to physically post it? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that it automatically posted. I did not realize that. If I can't do that now, I'll figure it out for the next time. So let's see, Telly, I'm going to warm up just in case. And I'm going to rock and roll with Zach Eflin here against Ricky Henderson, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Line drive to left, but right there is O'Rourke, 1 pitch, 1 away.
The batter, number 1, shortstop.
Barely had to move. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the left fielder. Next up for the Phillies with 1 away, Pee Wee Reese. He's 0 for 2. Swing and a miss out in front of the curveball, strike 1. Yes, Salty will get it automatically posting. No, I think he already did it. He connected something called a bot. So I haven't looked, but I'm going to look after the game. Supposedly there's a bot that's going to post this stuff automatically. Line drive to right. Moving to his right is LoCicero, makes the catch, and there are 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th. So Jimmy Edmonds struck out twice today. He is 0 for 6 in this 2-game series so far. 0 for 2 today. In there with the fastball, strike 1. I cannot say enough good things about Zach Eflin. Basically a 2-inning guy from out of the bullpen. He's come in here and he's pitching into the 7th with a scoreless. Grounder to third, routine play for Termini, throws across the diamond, and we have 7 innings of shutout ball from Zach Eflin. Spot start in order to reorganize the pitching rotation for the playoffs. At the end of 7, it's 2-0. Oh, okay, so he took care of you. Awesome, he's a great guy. Yeah, he was actually, Salty Dog DJ was his name, he said. Basically spent a half an hour doing some kind of screen share showing me all the different functions. Really great guy. Tommy Canely comes in relief in the top of the 8th, 4-1, the 4.39 ERA. And the leadoff man, Max Lukulich, is 1 for 3, steps up to the plate here in the 8th. And it's a blooping line, oh, it's caught by Pee Wee Reese. It looked like it might have a chance to go over his head, but no such luck. Starter comparison between Zach Eflin and Spencer Turnbull. I mean, both really good starts, but obviously Zach's pitched 7 shutout innings. Can't beat that. So next up is Don Mattingly, 0 for 3 today. 2 right-handers warming in the bullpen for the Philadelphia Phillies. It's a 2-0 lead for the Bronx Knights here in the top of the 8th. And he swings and fouls off the changeup, strike 1. Don Mattingly was the 1985 American League Most Valuable Player for the New York Yankees in real life. At the knees, quickly there are 2 strikes. Louis Cessa and Tony Gonsolin are getting loose in the bullpen for the Phillies. Count is 0-2 on Mattingly. Late on the 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Tommy Kahnle, count remains no balls and 2 strikes. And it's a slow bouncer to Pee Wee Reese. The shortstop fields, fires. There are 2 away. So here, in the top of the 8th, steps up Chris Ramos and his 63 home runs. After today, there'll be 7 games left. He's 0 for 3 today. The crowd boos, but some of those cheers you hear from the stand are Bronx fans wearing Bronx Knights hats in the stands cheering for him. And it's a line drive, but right at the third baseman, Matt Williams, to retire the side. So he'll go 0 for 4 today in his quest for 73 homers. So after 7.5, it's still a 2-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Zach Eflin only has thrown 61 pitches. He's facing Pete Alonso, first baseman, who's 1 for 2 with a single. He's pitching a shutout into the 8th with 61 pitches. You got to leave him in there. I mean, you got to respect the fact the guy's throwing a shutout.
Ball 1.
Fastball high, ball 1. As you can see, Alonso versus Eflin. Alonso's had good success. He's 9 for 22 in this fictional universe. And that's a line drive towards center. In comes Max Luklich to make a shoestring catch, 1 away. Nice play. Covers a lot of real estate out there with that speed. So there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Next up is Ryan Sandberg, Hall of Fame second baseman. He's 0 for 2. Breaking ball at the knees, strike 1. Misses inside with the 2-seam fastball. Attendance 38,629 here in Citizens Bank Ballpark. Not a sellout. Sellout would be somewhere around 44, 45,000. But still not a bad crowd. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Sandberg. And he grounds it through the right side. It is a 1-out single for Ryan Sandberg. And the tying run will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th. Just found the hole between first and second base. So next up is Ramon Laureano, 1 for 2 with a single. He has 21 homers on the season, and he represents the tying run. Checks his swing and called a ball. So the count is 1 ball and no strikes. I thought that might be called a strike, but the umpire did not move. Runner leads off first. He's going. Strong throw from Millo, but not in time. It's a stolen base for Ryan Sandberg, and they have a runner in scoring position now here in the bottom of the 8th. Nice throw on the money, but he just beat it. It wasn't a fastball, it was a breaking ball. So runner is at second base in scoring position here in the bottom of the 8th. Laureano is 1 for 2 today. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a 2-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. Pitches outside, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And he pops it up. Ramos fields it on the outfield grass for out number 2. Nice pitch by Eflin. So, with 2 outs, up steps the third baseman, Matt Williams. He has power, and he represents the tying run. He's 1 for 2 with a single today. He has 20 homers on the season. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Ryan Sandberg. It's an RBI single by Matt Williams. And the score is now 2-1. Bronx Knights here in the bottom of the 8th. So now that the shutout is gone, and a pinch runner, Dom T. Williams, pinch runner for Matt Williams at first base. Obviously, they're going to look to exploit. So up is Dale Murphy, the right fielder. He's 0 for 2 today, but we're not going to ruin the start that Zach Eflin gave us. We're going to go to the bullpen. We're going to warm up Dylan Patansis. We're going to put in Telly Argios. So the 50-year-old version of Don Mattingly is the manager of the Bronx Knights. He makes the motion for the right-hander out of the bullpen, takes the ball. So Zach is responsible for the runner at first base. He leaves leading 2-1 so he can win and he cannot lose. Great start for the spot starter. So in comes Telly Argios, making his 43rd appearance, 6-5 with a 5.06 earned run average. And runner at first, 2 away. His job is to get Dale Murphy. Two-seam fastball misses outside. Quick throw to first.
No, he's safe.
In there with the two-seam fastball, strike one. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Misses outside, 2-1. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is a single for Dale Murphy, and there'll be runners at first and second with 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. The tying run is at second. The go-ahead run is at first. Just a ground ball with eyes. So next up is the pinch hitter. Jorge Alfaro is pinch hitting for Tom Murphy, catcher for catcher. Alfaro, as you can see, has 22 homers and 91 runs batted in. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the manager's office and we're going to make a quick mound visit to discuss strategy, make sure the confidence is high, talk about what he wants to do, and then we're going to pitch. 2 runners on, 2 away. Inside corner, strike 1 to Alfaro. Fouls off the changeup. Count is quickly. No balls and 2 strikes on Alfaro. Just misses with the split finger fastball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he's late on the fastball up the first base line. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 lead for the Bronx Knights. Tying run is at second. Go-ahead run is at first. Telly Argios deals. Ground ball deep in the hole. It's short. Throws to second. In time, side is retired. And the manager of the Philadelphia Phillies is screaming at the second base umpire that it was not an out, it was a safe. But in any event, at the end of 8 innings of play, it's the Bronx Knights maintaining a 2-1 lead. So for the Philadelphia Phillies, Jorge Alfaro takes over in the catcher's position. He was the pinch hitter for Tom Murphy. And in relief comes Luis Cessa. 74 games out of the bullpen. His record is 8-4 with a 3.66 earned run average. And Kike Hernandez is at third base, taking over for Matt Williams, who was pinch run for. So up steps Michael O'Rourke here in the top of the 9th. In the 7th, his last at-bat, he did this. That was the first home run of the game. The first run of the game gave the Bronx Knights a 1-0 lead with the solo homer in the 7th. So he's up there to lead off. He's 3 for 3. And he fouls back the slider, strike 1. Hold on a second. Well, it's locked. I want to go to the manager's office. I'll wait for the next pitch. Outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Manager's office, bullpen. We're going to sit down Dellin Betances. We're going to warm up the closer, John Smoltz. And we're going to schedule him to come in the game because he's going to pitch the bottom of the 9th. So, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Michael. And he fouls off the fastball. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is high, 2-2. After going up 0-2, he falls behind and the count is full 3-2. So here's the payoff pitch.
Nope.
And he misses. Sessa thought he had the corner, but home plate umpire calls it ball 4, and they have the leadoff man on here in the top of the 9th inning. Last thing the manager wants to see is a reliever come in and walk the first man he faces. So next up is the shortstop, Jacob Salazar. He walked in the 5th inning, but officially he is 0 for 2. Batting left-handed against the righty, Louis Sessa. Pitches low, ball 1. So 2 right-handers again warming in the bullpen for the Phillies, Keon Keela and Tony Gonsolin. Gonsolin. That's a baseball name. Quick throw to first. Michael O'Rourke is back. So Michael, while he's a little on the heavy side, has decent speed over there. He has 27 steals, so it wouldn't be beyond him to take off. Pitch is low. 2 balls and no strikes on Jacob Salazar. Ground ball to Alonso, throws to second for 1, back to first. In time, it's a 3-6-1. No, check that, 3-6-3 double play. And just like that, here in the top of the 9th, there are 2 outs and the bases are empty. Pete spins, fires a dart to Pee Wee Reese, and then returns it back to Alonso to complete the 3-6-3 double play. So with 2 outs, up steps Benny LoCicero, who is responsible for run number 2 with a solo homer in the 7th. He is 1 for 3. That was home run number 36 on the season for Benny. Pitch is high, ball 1. It's a 2-1 lead in the 9th inning for the Bronx Knights.
Nope.
Pitch is outside. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. And that's a drive, but playable for Murphy, who makes the catch to retire the side. So last licks for the home team. They need 1 run to tie, 2 to win. Bronx Knights lead 2-1. So, do you want to change pitchers? Yes. In relief comes Hall of Fame starter, Hall of Fame closer, John Smoltz. This fictional season, he is 4-2. He has 30 saves. His ERA is 3.45. He has 59 strikeouts in just over 44 innings pitched. And he faces the top of the lineup, starting with Ricky Henderson, who's 0 for 3. And that's a deep drive. Back goes O'Rourke to the track, the wall. With his back to the wall, he makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So the line for Zach Eflin, again, I need to stress the fact that this is a spot start. That's a reliever pitching 7 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 4 strikeouts. That guy deserves a break today at McDonald's. That is not a sponsor. McDonald's is not a sponsor. I wish. So Pee Wee Reese is 0 for 3, 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Breaking ball in there, strike 1 from Smoltz. Fouls off the split finger fastball. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Pee Wee Reese. Swing and a miss at the 98-mile-an-hour heater. Strike 3, and there are 2 away. And the Philadelphia Phillies are down to their final out. Just blew it past them. Literally just blew it past them. So, Jim Edmonds represents both the last out of the ball game and the tying run at the plate, and he has 48 home runs on the season to lead the National League. He's 0 for 3 today. In there with the fastball, strike one.
0-1's the count.
Oh, it hits him. Hits him. So the tying run is at first base now with 2 outs in the ninth. Hit him right in the kneecap. He didn't rub. He didn't rub. So next up is Pete Alonso. So the winning run is at the plate here with 2 outs in the ninth. A home run wins the game on a walk-off fashion. So there's the, I honestly don't know what that is. Someone from Philadelphia can tell me. So Pete Alonso's 1 for 3. He has 39 home runs on the season. Pitches outside. Ball 1. Strike. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Alonso. Split finger fastball finds the corner. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes, and the Philadelphia Phillies are down to their final strike of the game. Smoltz sets and delivers. Just gets a piece of the slider to stay alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first. Bottom of the ninth. Bronx Knights lead 2-1. Here's the pitch from John Smoltz. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball game over. Bronx Knights win 2-1. And they take this second game, first and second game of this 3-game series at Citizens Bank Ballpark. So they're guaranteed to win the series. Tomorrow they go with the Brooms. They take the Brooms out tomorrow to try to go for the 3 straight. This is win number 103 against 52 losses. This is their high water mark. They're 51 games over 500. And Zach Eflin, given the spot start, a reliever all year long, asked to start at the last minute to reorganize the rotation, pitches 7 2/3 innings, gives up 1 run, and gets credited with the win. So let's do this the right way. Wicked Quixotic, I'm like 99% sure that's the Philly Fanatic. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your input. Welcome to the stream. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is Shenanigans with RC Robbin, and this specifically is the Bronx Knights baseball. I am RC Robbin, and this is the created franchise known as the Bronx Knights. So, it's a 2-1 ball game. Bronx Knights, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Philadelphia Phillies, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Zach Eflin gets the win. Spencer Turnbull gets the loss. John Smoltz gets save number 31 on the season. And of course, Zach Eflin is your player of the game. Thank you so much for joining me. As I said earlier, the attempt is to create a franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4 and play every inning of every game. 162 games and beyond, no skipped innings, no simulated games. So up to this point, this was game number 155. All 155 games are on YouTube to be seen. And I don't know about you, but for me, it just makes it that much more real that it exists in cyberspace forever now. Anyway, the final score here at Citizens Bank Ballpark, the Bronx Knights win 2-1. Thank you so much for joining me. Have yourself a great evening.